All right, y'all, just gonna give y'all a little bonus footage for tonight. If y'all didn't catch tonight's main episode, I talked about the Carter 5 and Logic's Young Sinatra IV, so go check that out if you haven't already. But I'm gonna talk a little bit about new TDE artist Reason, and also I want to talk a little bit about Joyner Lucas and when the hell is he gonna put out some new music, man? What's going on with him? But yeah, stay tuned for that. But first, let me say that talking about TDE, I think they have had an awesome year and they've done a good job with their artists. I probably would say this is the label of the year, so to say, because they're killing it. SZA had a good year. Of course, Kendrick is always doing his thing. Everything it touches golden. J-Rock, he had a phenomenal album. I loved his album, and it's probably gonna be on my top 10 for my end of the year list. Isaiah Rashad, of course, I'm looking for something for him. He's supposed to have something on the way. I loved his last album, as well as Schoolboy Q. I think he put his album on hold because of the Mac Miller death or whatnot. But other than that, yeah, TDE's been doing a good job, and they did a good job with this project that was put out. Now, you can argue whether he put it out at the wrong time. Does it really matter anymore? Because people don't really use, like, they don't go into the store and have to make a decision on whether to buy this album or buy this album. Albums are not $20 anymore. Most people are streaming for $10. Because I don't know the last time I bought an album, digitally or physically. It's been a long time. I just pretty much stream, so I'm gonna listen to whatever artists come out. If I'm interested in the album, I'm gonna listen to it. So the same day Wayne came out, I listened to Wayne, I listened to Logic, I listened to Kevin Gates, and I listened to a little bit of this as well. So with that being said, it really just depends, to be honest, on your taste on who you want to hear when a release date comes out. But I guess, yeah, maybe he could have chose a different date to release this album. But as far as, you know, the business aspect of it, that's all I really have to say on that. But I really don't see a problem with him releasing on Friday. Whether it was this Friday or next Friday, I don't think it really matters, because nobody really knows who Reason is yet. I just kind of found out about him because I follow TDE. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this album. It's called There You Have It. And dare I say, it had shades of Good Kid, Mad City. I'll draw some parallels for y'all. So in this album, there was this character named Rufus. And he's basically the comic relief of this album, as Kendrick's dad was the comic relief of that album. And in the beginning of the album, he's listening to his collection. He's listening to Al Green, and he finds Reason in his collection. And he's like, who's been messing with my collection? All this stuff like that. And that's where we get the album from, is he puts it on his 8-track, or I imagine he's listening to a vinyl for some reason. That's what I have in my head, him listening to a vinyl dancing. So he's listening to Reason, and that's where we get the album. That's where it starts from. So he comes in maybe like 2 times in this album, but yeah, he's basically the comic relief of this album, and his skits are pretty funny. Also, Reason talks about his come up, being affiliated, you know, with gang life, and maybe not necessarily his story, but through the eyes of other people as well, like Kendrick does in Good Kid, Mad City. So I thought that what drew the similarities to both albums, it's not an exact Good Kid, Mad City, but I saw a little bit of Good Kid, Mad City in this album, and I like that. And the album starts off with There You Have It, the name of the track, and not much to it. It's basically, you know, just the introductory track, you know, kind of what he's come up, what he's been through, and what you can expect to hear for the rest of the album. Now, I will say that probably after this, I really don't have that much interest in the next 3 tracks, which is Corrupt. Corrupt is okay. F With Me and Bottom, which is basically the only song here that kind of sounds like, kind of has that trap sound, which is Bottom. So for those of you, who like that trap sound, you might find an interest in this song. But for the most part, it's basically a lot of soulful West Coast beats as far as the production. But after that, from track 6 on down, it's 12 tracks. 6, where it kind of start to heat up. I kind of like the Drive Slow, the Kanye West sample. He took that. So basically he was talking about avoiding the pitfalls of falling in love with a beautiful girl, just like in Lil Wayne's Mona Lisa. So it kind of had that vibe to it as well. Thirst, same thing. And on Thirst, what I like about Thirst is he's telling the story of a guy that basically he's going to this party to pick up some chicks, but in the back of his mind, he feels like something's gonna go down, and at the end of the song, he winds up shooting somebody, and then that leads into the next song called Color Drink. That's what this album really gets me. It really heats up for me. This is probably my favorite song on the album. Color Dreams, Killers Part 2. I need to find out if there's a Killer Part 1, because I like this song. But I don't know much about Reason. Maybe it's on a mixtape or something like that. But this song right here, he basically is going from perspective of a guy that's in jail for murder, and he's going in for life, and he's basically writing this letter, and he's apologizing to the victims and also apologizing to his mother. And towards the end of the song, we find out that he's writing a letter while he's basically getting ready to hang himself. So he's writing a suicide letter, and at the end of the song, of course, he dies. The production on that, the piano keys, I loved all of it. I love the story of this song right here, and it basically kind of established his storytelling ability. So I look forward to more love, those story songs from him. So I really enjoyed that. Better Days was one of his singles. I like that song as well. Situations, that's probably my second favorite song. And before the song, you have Rufus, and basically he's calling and he's saying Reason has got him in his feeling. He's crying to his girl, trying to ask for forgiveness. And then it goes to the song Situation, which has a sample from I know some people are probably going to argue in the comments that it came from Childish Gambino. Well, Childish Gambino got it from Usher, which is basically Situations. Yeah, that song. Or You Don't Have to Call. I think that's the name of the song. But yeah, it basically has that sample throughout the chorus. So I like that touch in the song. And basically, Reason is talking about his situation with his girl that he has problems with, and towards the end of the song, they're trying to make up, and then he has this side chick that's basically texting him. So that's basically the situation of this song. But I like the storytelling in that song as well. State We In, that was a good song, but I thought the chorus was kind of weak. Just look at the state we in, look at the state we in, look at the state we in. Yeah, I just thought the chorus needed a little bit more work. But as far as the bars on this song, I like that too. And it basically just telling about the plight of, black people in the hood and things like that. And then this song, the last song on the album, Summer Up, I believe that was also a single as well. And this is probably the only song that I can see as a commercial song. There wasn't really any commercial songs that you could hear on the radio, not to me anyway. But I think Summer Up is the one that possibly can be put on the radio if they want to go for radio play. But yeah, I like the chorus of the song. I'm just trying to give me a new Benz for the summer up. I like that. But yeah, good song to close out this album as the summer is winding up. Summer's almost up, so I thought that was a good way to end this album. as far as the outro. But yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on Reason. I'm expecting more from him. And of course, I'm going to be giving this some more repeat plays, listen to it a little bit more. But with that being said, that's pretty much it for my album reviews today. So let's go ahead and get into my next topic before I go ahead and sign off. And that is Joyner Lucas. Now, what made me think about Joyner Lucas was, of course, Logic just put out his album, and Logic and him kind of still have this beef going on. Really, I think they ought to just make up and do a song together. I think this is kind of peasy. I think it's just a whole big misunderstanding, but it is what it is. But that got me thinking. Logic is pretty consistent with his projects, whether you like them or not, whether they're too poppy or too positive. He's been putting out a song every year, pretty much, and I'm still waiting for something for Joyner. Joyner, he remixes the songs. That's great. That's good. And he got some pretty good shine from having that song with Eminem, Lucky You, which I'm still got that on repeat. But the problem is he hasn't dropped an album yet. And we were supposed to get Demons, was it Angel and Demons? Even though that was supposed to be a joint project, if I'm not mistaken, with Chris Brown. I don't want to hear a joint project. I want to hear him. And the last project we got, it was a mixtape. So we're not going to count that. I want to hear an album from him. And of course, like he said in, I think it was the Gucci Gang remix, was that Atlantic basically wants more commercial hits from him. But of course, I don't think Joyner is really going to give him that. So I think he just needs to drop what he wants to drop. But I think Joyner is capable of, having a commercial single that has bars. He's already proven that with Chris Brown. And I think that was really the whole point of doing that project, so he can have some commercial appeal. For whatever reason, I don't know if that has been delayed. I thought that should have been out by now, and I'm just wondering, when are we gonna get some music from Joyner Lucas? Because really, I'm tired of waiting. I want a project from this guy. I need to hear some more music. Okay. But yeah, other than that, I really don't know. I just wanted to touch on that real quick. This really wasn't supposed to be a long topic. It was just something that was on my mind. So what do y'all guys think? Do y'all think that Joyner needs to drop some more music? Is he in the right pocket right now, kind of riding that wave that he has, with the Eminem single and everything like that? Or, does this man need to hurry up and drop some? Is the clock ticking on Joyner Lucas? Because I think he needs to drop something, and he needs to drop something now, because I'm waiting. I'm ready. But yeah, I just haven't heard anything from him. But you can say that, Logic, you can say whatever about him, he's still dropping music. And it may be a different situation, because Logic may have a little bit more freedom than Joyner Lucas has, because he's pretty much the MVP over there at Def Jam as far as album sales are concerned. But I don't know. But with that being said, yeah, y'all give me y'all thoughts on that. I don't want to run too long on this. That was my bonus content. Hope y'all enjoyed that. Make sure to give this a like. Also subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see y'all later. Peace.